Place, Hostelai. Get all your corporate web designing and web hosting, domain name registration, data recovery, corporate emails, software development, IT infrastructure design, all in one place at a friendly cost. Find us at Plot 74 Kanjucha Street, Kamocha, or visit us on www.hostelite.com. So get smarter. Go to Hostelite.
You're listening to Fahrenheit. Man talk. Talk like men.
Talk. No, it's not the guys' show. Jeez, Joel, it's Monday. Well, I guess because, Monday is the business show. Yeah, so now that this being the love week and we are talking about love, and so I think I found it odd to play the business promos. I guess that's why I couldn't play them, the business teasers but my bad. Today we are talking about singlehood, having been single for a while. Some of you are still there. How do you handle this? There's a lot of pressure around you. There's lots of temptation all over you. What's the best way to deal with singlehood, especially when it seems to have persisted for a while?
Right.
Get in touch with me. The number to send a text message to is 0753 104 104. Share your thoughts. You can call 0414 34 20 20. And there's a catch. I have some gifts to give away. It's the love week, so I want to shower you with some love. Yeah. Tonight I'm going to give away a hamper that has a beautiful mug, a card, and chocolate. Yes, you heard right. A beautiful mug, a card, and chocolate. You could have it for yourself, or you could come February 14th. Send it to somebody, yeah?
That's right.
And this is how you're going to win. You'll have to call and tell me what you think is the best way for people that have been single for a while should live their life. How do you live your life as a single person the right way and keep therein? And eventually cross over the right way like Calvin did cross over, yeah? So begin to call. The number to call is 0414 34 20 20. And I'll not be the one to determine who the winner will be. You see how I make it easy on myself?
Yes.
My guests will judge. Yeah, they'll tell me who they think the winner is. And in a bit, they'll tell us a bit about, because, during that singlehood, like Kevin was saying, they did have some relationships. We're going to talk about that in a bit. Good evening. Now, when you beep, it's very hard for me to give you a gift. You'll have to call. You'll have to call. So, load airtime. You can ask him or her to send you some. 0414 34 20 20. Good evening.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. I am single.
You're single, and what's your name?
I'm called Agatha.
Agatha who?
Bisigwa.
Agatha Bisigwa.
Yeah.
Tell me, Agatha, how are you dealing with your singlehood?
I do God's work in church.
Yeah, so you mean those who don't work in church are doing the devil's work? Those who work in banks?
I don't know. I'm speaking for Agatha. I'm not speaking for
Certainly.
Yeah, so I participate in church work and do mission, go for overnight, go for sale, Yeah, and also, reach out to my friends in any way that I can. And, that is how I manage my single life.
Awesome. Thanks a bunch for sharing that, Agatha.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's Agatha there. She's trying to live her life to the full, serving the Lord, attending church, attending sale, and doing all those things. Awesome stuff. Good evening.
Hello?
Good evening. What's your name?
I'm Fiona.
Fiona who?
It's a radio.
You just might win this hamper. There's a beautiful mug, a card, and chocolate to take away.
Yeah, I'll definitely win it.
But to win that, I'll need to have your second name. But first, give me your contribution.
Yeah, what's the question again?
Interesting. Are you single, Fiona?
Yes, I'm very single.
You're very I like the fact that you add very single. I don't know what that means. But how are you living your single life?
Yeah.
How am I living my single life? Discovering myself. I'm working on building a relationship with God, because it's very key now, and I'm understanding that it's only in Him where you can find happiness first. Then all these things can add up. Then developing my relationships with my friends, my family, and then also building my career as me. So that's eventually in the future when He decides, according to His will, definitely I will I'll meet him.
All right. But Fiona, for you to win, I'll need to have your second name, you know?
Yeah, on radio.
Certainly, there is no other way for me to know because the winner, I'll announce that this is the winner. Come with your ID to Power FM and pick your hamper.
Okay, Naigwe.
Come again?
Naigwe. Naigwe.
All right, Fiona Naigwe. All right, thanks a bunch for your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
That's Fiona Naigwe there telling us what she thinks. Let me read a few messages here as your calls still come through. Somebody's asking, did I win the hamper? I was the first caller. This is Agatha Bisigwa. Agatha, unfortunately, it's not the first caller winning. It is the caller that my panelists will choose as having had the best response. So I'm not the one to choose. That makes it easy for me because people will not hate me. Mr. Joel, someone here says, my contribution is ready. I attended Virtue Church yesterday in the tents, but the preaching was fantastic. Oba, I became a pastor also. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hopefully, I don't know. Good evening.
Hello, Joe. Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name?
I'm called Catherine Along.
Catherine Alyong?
Alongo.
Alongo.
Alogo.
Tell me, Catherine.
Well, what I know is being committed in God's work.
I hear you.
Being committed in God's work, building relationship with God, and then it's basically that because the Bible tells us to first pay attention to God, what God's purpose is for us, then others will be added unto us. So it just.
All right. Thanks a bunch for sharing that, Catherine. Somebody says, hey guys, I loved your talk, but then something I need help in. I've always hung out with the right people, but I find myself lusting for beautiful girls and secretly still have sex with them. Whenever I do that, I feel so dirty and filthy, but I fall back. Help. We'll help this person in a bit. Right. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name, Chief?
My name is Jude.
Come again?
My name is Jude.
Jude who?
Oule.
Jude, your line is not too clear. Jude, I'm afraid I am going to cut you. Unfortunately, your line is not clear, but try again. All right? Try as quickly as you possibly can. 0414 34 20 20 is the number you can call. Tell me, how should single people deal with their singlehood? And you just might win yourself a hamper. There's a beautiful mug, there's a card, and chocolate. Hello there, someone here says, I'm single and I'm standing strong. 1, I know who I am and I'm a son of God. He knows the plans for me. 2, I have focused myself to achieve my goals in life. 3, I'm also in ministry, choir. 4, and yes, I'm praying about it. Awesome, they leave no name. Good evening. Good evening. All right, please get your line sorted out. Calvin, tell me, you were in relationships before. You did crossover. What was that like? How did that affect your single life before you did crossover?
Well, I mean, I probably got involved in serious relationships. I think, 2 or 3. And for a number of reasons, none of them worked out. But each of those relationships taught me something, a lesson that I appreciate. Generally, relationships, man-woman relationships, teach you patience. They teach you, what it means to become selfless, to think about the other person as well. I think actually those relationships prepared me for my marriage. They did. They prepared me for the relationship I have with my wife now. So, yeah, I mean,
they didn't go entirely to waste.
Sorry?
No, they didn't go entirely to waste. Whether the good bits and the not so good bits.
I mean, because interesting. I think like one of them, it's the lady who walked out on me, and it hurt me deeply. It did hurt me. And so I understand what it means, to be hurt, by someone you love. So I do appreciate that now. Yeah.
All right, Carol, help this person. Let me read you this message again. This person says, hi guys, I've loved your talk, but then something I need help in. I've always hung out with the right people, but I find myself lusting for beautiful girls, and secretly I still have sex with them. Whenever I do that, I feel so dirty and filthy, but I fall back. Help.
So is that a guy or a woman?
They did not. It should be guy. It
This
talks
should
about
be a
sleeping
guy.
with.
I-
Do you want to?
Well, the interesting bit of it is that he realizes that what he's doing is not quite right. So that's the first step for him to recover. Now, he needs to realize in what context he's always hanging out with these people, because the atmosphere in which he's hanging around is what causes him, I think, to trigger his desires for sexual demands. He's got to come to a level of respecting his own body, because he cannot continuously be a specimen. While he thinks he's sleeping with them, they're also sleeping with him. So he has to come to a level of realizing that his body, I don't know that he's a Christian, but it's a temple of the Holy Spirit, one. And two, he needs to give respect to his own body. Now, two, he hasn't loved them per se, in my view, but he simply has an infatuation about them or lust, because usually people you love most, you have respect for them. You don't want to take them to a certain level that they haven't yet desired as yet. So he still has a challenge, and he needs to probably speak with a counselor or speak with somebody mature to help him go through that. It is a case of probably he watches movies that are a little sexual, or has a bit of pornography, because every time you're going to hang around beautiful people, because beautiful people will never cease to be. Even when he marries, if he doesn't deal with it now, he will still see beautiful people. So I'd recommend he needs to meet somebody mature or a pastor, and he shares and they help him walk through. There must be underlying reasons for him to behave like that.
Absolutely. And talking about which, look, we can never sort out everything here on radio, but we do have somebody that is on the other end that can have a chat with you. We have counseling lines. You can call this number 0756 260 071. Let me read that again. 0756 260 071. There's somebody on the other end that will love you and care for you and hear you out, and they'll talk. They'll talk with you. You'll actually be able to meet them in person and be able to have a one-on-one talk. Somebody here says single ladies who become single for long should just adopt a kid to have them for companionship. This is the one, Angela. Surely there's some ladies that have decided to do that. That look, I feel so lonely. When I don't want to have a child out of wedlock. You know, so instead of doing that, let me go to, I don't know, Watoto or wherever. Watoto, I'm sure they don't adopt that way, but Sanyu Baby's Home and the likes, and I adopt a child to give me company. Would you be for that?
As for me, like Calvin and I often talk about this, but like a child's not going to complete you. Just as if you're a hurting person, like a marriage is not going to, complete you, but a child's definitely not going to complete you. It might give you that sense of, oh, we're family now, but definitely not like filling a void. So what happens tomorrow when the right guy comes along? What happens then? Is this child going to lose that affection? Is this child actually going to feel like I was once filling a void and now someone else is coming? You know what I mean? I've got to. It's like walking on thin ice here but that's my opinion on it. If you're doing it to fill a void in your life, to be like, I want to come home, I want to do something, I want to feel like a mother, and that's why I'm doing this, then you would probably have to rethink it. And before venturing into something like that, probably talk to some like mature people in your life. Definitely talk to your parents about it, spiritual leaders, mentor maybe, and just really assess why exactly you want to do this.
Somebody sends an interesting message here. They say, hi Joel, I'm single, sexy and saved. How I'm managing, I'm reading books about it, and I'm making a lot of friends. I'm allowing God to sort out my issues first. Yep, this is Nambale Emmanuel. Good for you. Sanfundit, our time is up. I can't take many more calls. I see them coming through. We need to wrap this up. I'm going to give each of us 30 seconds to give me a final thought, and then I'll ask you to tell me who the winner is. I'll just read out the responses. 30 seconds is just 30 seconds. We're out of time, Shali.
Yeah, sure. Just enjoy the season God has you in. Like, enjoy being single. Make the most of it. Use the time to prepare yourself. complete yourself as a person. So when your partner does come along, it's going to be a great journey.
Awesome. Calvin,
Yes.
30 seconds.
There's much more to life than marriage. And yes, once you get married, then you need to celebrate marriage. But right now, when you're not married, before you get married, enjoy your life, live a purposeful life, live a productive life. Don't wait for that man or that woman to do great things, for God, while you're still single.
All right. And finally, Carol.
To speak on behalf of the ladies, God has a plan for every lady to be a wife, a mother, and a worker. So while you're not yet a mother, concentrate on working, enjoying the season you're in preparation to where you're going. Love yourself, accept yourself, appreciate yourself. But most importantly is realize that marriage is a gift. And you can never decide when an individual should give you a gift. Yeah. So if marriage is a gift, you cannot dictate when God should give you a gift. Yeah. But just prepare to receive that gift. Whenever it comes, at whatever time, you will receive it and you will enjoy it.
All right. Thanks a bunch, people. Let me read this very quickly. These are people that were able to come through. Agatha here was talking about participating in church work. This is how they are living their single lives. Fiona talked about finding self and developing relationship with God, etc., etc. Catherine said being committed with God's work and so on. Tell me, who is the winner? There's Agatha, there's Fiona, there's Catherine. The others, the calls are not clear. Judah and the others. Who takes this hamper?
Me too. I'm taking Fiona too. Yeah.
What did Fiona say?
Fiona says she's finding herself, she's developing her relationship with God, etc., etc.
Yes.
Okay. I think Fiona kind of echoed what I said. So
you're also echoing what your wife has said. So
yeah.
Fiona, there you are. Fiona Naigwe. Fiona, you will come to Power FM on Friday 13th, working hours, and you'll pick your mug, your card, and your chocolate.
Yes.
I was about to say share with me, but go have fun. Thanks a bunch, Carol, Calvin, and your wife for joining us this evening and for your nuggets. Yeah. I'm sure people have learned a great deal. And we battered about this. This is a quote I've read one time too many. Forget about finding the right person. Just be the right person.
That's
all right.
Sure.
Singles, you heard that? Yeah. Forget about finding the right person. Be the right person, and boom.
And don't become desperate for it.
Don't be desperate. Don't be desperate. Live your life. Have fun. Have a blast. Being single is not an illness.
Exactly.
Have a good time as you possibly
You're not
can.
being cast for
Singlehood is just a stage to go through.
All right, there you are. That's our show for tonight. Thanks a bunch.